The best thing ever is actually our intro for today. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. If you are new to our channel, please smash the like button, click the subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified when we come live. Yes, we are going to do all our segment live now. Okay, and also please don't forget to check out our Telegram group. A lot of pissed off Manchester United fans today. Okay, but hopefully in the future it's going to be much better than this lah. All right, guys. Manchester United, Everton, 1-1. Okay, let's start with Syed. How do you feel?
It's like very hard to explain. Like we saw two different horizon of the match. Like first half completely like we were full on the attack. Second half completely horrible. We lost the chemistry. We didn't look like to score. We were more likely to concede. Very disappointing. I mean, these games you should expect us to win. Like at home, Everton 1-0 up at halftime. We should have just buried the game and get the 3 points. We're very disappointed.
Smurf, how about you, Smurf? Any other opinion than what Syed just mentioned?
I think besides from the positiveness of the first half that I witnessed today, I think it's really hard to suck it up and say that we actually drew the game at the end of the day. 1-2 mistakes made and it cost us the game. Crucial mistakes, if you ask me. So 1 point out of 3, especially playing at home, theatre of dreams, basically is becoming the theatre of draws these days. So it's really, really frustrating and dejecting.
Raj, a tale of two halves again. Okay, usually we are second half FC. This time around, first half FC. So what do you think?
I think the first half team played way better than the second half team. There was no need for actually to make the substitutions in the 60th minute. Feel that it was totally unnecessary and uncalled for. It is a game of two halves as always. And the only positive that I can see is the combination between Lindelof and Varane is a very stable combination. That's the only positive that I can take from this game.
You forgot about Martial's goal. You forgot.
Yeah, wait. Before I go further, I wanted to ask you, Coach Dom, how do you feel about Martial scoring after February? Correct, right? Side?
I actually planned something really awesome already. You know, I got this thing. You know, it's like I was like going to start singing for 2 hours straight, non-stop. Everybody is forced to join me to sing and whatnot. But then,
I think the party is spoiled.
Yeah, this is really potong steam. If there's a definition of potong steam, if you look up the dictionary, this is it lah. Whatever language is it, this is it lah. So I'm like,
I'm something, right?
Yeah, actually we planned something. And then it's like miserable lah. Feel miserable right now. Don't really want to think about it as well. So man. So Syed, if you can pinpoint, okay, this game, a lot of the viewers now, they are all getting pissed off, pointing at Ole, and then a lot that from what I read from the Telegram group, they were pointing at Fred and whatnot. If there's any particular individual that we should point this draw to, who should it be?
I think Ole himself. He was overconfident with his substitutes which he made. He thought like, okay, like first half we are winning. And then like he brought in Sancho, Ronaldo, he switched off Cavani, Martial. Okay, Martial was injured. But I think only he should have subbed Martial for Ronaldo, but there was no need to switch off Cavani because Cavani is the guy who would just stay in the middle and Ronaldo will drop back. If Cavani is dropping back, then Ronaldo will be in the box. So there's a good combination between the two because both wants to win the ball. They both wants to drop back and win the ball and come back again for another player. But I think like Ole got it wrong again. Sometimes we point out Ole for not making substitutes, but now this time his making substitutes cost him the match. That's what I want to say.
Okay, hi, admin. Baru masuk admin.
Maaf lah, so besar. Manager lambat masukkan. Manager lambat masukkan. Tentulah.
Kerana saya belajar daripada Ole mah. You tahu, kalau tak awal-awal saya dah masukkan you. Okay, I question terus kepada Pijal. Okay, I kena tanya you terus, apa pendapat you tentang Fred hari ini? Kita kena discuss ni.
Fred, good game. Cuma that one mistake that really cost the team. Tu je. A really good game, a very defensive midfielder game in terms of breaking up the play, playing simple. Like last time against West Ham, if I'm mistaken. Is it West Ham or is it another one before that?
Villa.
Villa, yes.
Villa.
He's having a good game. For me lah, ni for me. Game okay, main okay, breaking up play okay semua. Cuma that one mistake tu je yang menyebabkan kita dibolosi. Tu yang frust sikit lah. Very pity for Fred lah actually. Kesian dia.
Okay, Smurf. Okay, let's talk a bit about the midfield. Okay, there are viewers that actually mention our midfield is weak. That is the reason that we lost the game. What do you think about it?
First and foremost, I don't think so. We lost the game, but yes, drawing at Old Trafford always seems like a loss to any fans of United. For me, the midfield they did pretty decent in the first half. I think they were making creating passing lines, going in for tackles, opening up play. I think it looked pretty promising in the first half, if you ask me. But when it comes to the second half, I think we were really horrible. We were losing it in the midfield. We were losing it up front, losing it in the midfield, and poor defense. And De Gea, was called upon several times to basically save us. So I think in regards to the midfield, if you're going to ask me, I think they could have did way better. They could have hold on to their first half performance, or maybe the first 20-30 minutes performance, and that would have been we would have got a different result at the end of the day.
A lot of people even they mention okay, Fred being one. Okay, another one is Scott McTominay. Okay, you got to dive a bit into Scott McTominay. Raj, do you think he had a good game? I mean, with his position that he was playing, I think he's playing slightly of a more advanced role compared to the previous game, whereby he was playing more of a holding role. So what do you think about his performance today?
Fred was playing 6, Scott was playing 8. I still feel that the best number 8 in the team at the moment is Donny van de Beek. Regardless of what you say, we have seen him prove his time over and over again. It's still a mystery on why he does not get to play. I think we can see that he was even visibly pissed today as well. Towards the final whistle, they purposely turned the camera to him. He just walked away, not wanting to react much to the result. Scott McTominay, in my opinion, he started well. Actually, the first half, they were pushing forward. They were okay. But when it comes to defending, I don't know why Scott McTominay has time just these little hops and skips and all. And then second half towards the end, he started fading all off. So McFred in the beginning, Fred and McTominay, they started pretty decent. And then after that, towards the end, they started going all haywire. I think it's down to maybe the changes coming early and they're not being able to adapt, because the team that played in the first half was somehow or other the team that played last season. That means they have been playing together for a long time, except for probably Varane. Varane is the only exception there. I think the other lads, all they have been playing together among themselves, even Martial, Greenwood and all these players. So it could be that the changes came in and they started not being able to adapt. That could be a reason. But McTominay, 3 games, 3-9, if I'm not mistaken, he played 3 games full time, right? The last 3 games. And he has not been spectacular in any of the games. Why not? I'm not, as you all know, I'm not all out, but why not give Van de Beek the chance? He's the best number 8 we had. The only problem with the West Ham game was our strike was blunt.
Because Ole thinks Van de Beek will come and score a winner, or he will dribble past 5 players, or he will score a free kick. That's what I think Ole is expecting. That's why he's not playing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He expects Van de Beek to come in and do the worldie. Come in, you see against West Ham, he was pulling a tackle in the 90th minute. He was putting in a tackle to win the ball in the 90th minute. That's the type of number 8 that you want. Someone who's pushing the team forward, not bunny hopping behind. So that they played okay, but towards the second half, it's a game of 2 halves. They started fading in the second half, honestly.
Okay, I gotta bring this up. Okay, Ravi Vama Ramachandran. Okay, all right, panels. What does Fred offer? Tenacious and energy. This guy gets skin off more than any United players. Okay, I think if it's not for that mistake that he made, that of course causes the goal, and then of course it's a draw. It's not a loss. Sorry, it feels like a loss. Okay, I think he actually played well. He played simple. Okay, he passed forward. All right, he intercepted pass and whatnot. I think this is one of his better performance Okay, Said, okay, I think you disagree there. Maybe anything you want to point out?
Yeah, I mean, he was okay compared to his previous performances, but you cannot say like Fred was good. I mean, the match which I saw, according to me, he was not good. Uh, I don't know, like last time when I never saw Fred winning a 50-50 ball. If there's a ball in between the two players coming to win the ball, I never see he go for it. He always like pull back. His winning duels ability is really horrible. I mean, less than 50%. So today he attempted 7 times to win the ground duels and he only won 3 times. 4 times he missed the duels. That means he's not as aggressive as I mean, like Ravi is saying, like energy. I don't see any energy in him in his game. He can run all the way all night on the pitch, but energy means winning the ball. Energy means winning those 50-50 balls. I know he's not tall enough to win the headers, but at least do something on the ground. He's so horrible for me to win the ground duels. Even today, 3 out of 7, he only won 3 out of 7 ground duels. So for me, simply not good enough.
Do you think that Fred, like I got a few comments here that Fred will cost Ole his job, or is it the other way around? Pijal, apa pendapat you, Pijal?
Ini
Ole
brown
will
bear
first
ni.
spread his job.
Yeah, I think Ole will cost Fred's job lah. No lah, no lah. But then what can we say lah? We don't have that. We don't have that. I mean the love of Ole terhadap Fred ni sometimes can be questionable, sometimes can be understanding. But then he keeps on making this small mistake that really cost the team. That what pisses us off lah. Maksudnya he can make mistakes mungkin some of the time that really mungkin ada defender boleh cover dia. But then this one mistake where he should have like whack the ball, or is it he can pull the player, make a foul kan, or kata tactical foul. The one that Fernandinho is expert on tau. Fernandinho is the kind of player yang memang anything happen, yang membuatkan defender kita berbahaya, dia akan tolak player tu. Dia akan dapatkan yellow card for the team. So itulah, I think dah lah, I don't kesian lah.
I mean, he should have just whack it. He should have just go for the 2 feet.
Yeah, sure.
Go with the 2 feet.
Definitely. He should have done the technical foul.
They are on the counter tau. But plus Ronaldo also said, I don't know lah which player that he's looking at. But I think he said to the Fred, just whack the player.
Oh, this is one comment. Gotta read out this comment. Brian Lee, our usual joker. Guys, I think I found J-Lo. He's Jolo. He's in Old Trafford coaching staff. He's teaching McTominay how to be missing.
Yeah, he was invisible. He was invisible for most of the game.
But those kind of things yang kita tak faham. McTominay has played 3 straight game, right? If not mistaken.
But I think compared to the previous games, I think today he was actually, pretty solid. Actually moving forward and stuff. He's doing those runs. The first half, I'm talking about first half. Second half, he was like sloppy possession and whatnot. And then he missed a few passes and whatnot. So yeah, that's again faded in the second half, like usual. Okay. So Smurf, if like for the goal, right? A lot of people, they point at Fred for the cause of the goal. Do you think that he's the only one responsible because the thing happened further up the pitch?
I think the opposition goal, it was a contribution of several players that actually caused us to leak that goal. Number one, it was a very, very poor corner kick by Bruno Fernandes. Okay, the corner kick was short and it was easily intercepted, headed away. Secondly, Fred, if you ask me, he should have actually went all out, which we know he goes in for sometimes unnecessary tackles. But this was something necessary which he needed to do. But probably, he had second thoughts on it. But nevertheless, okay, there's Fred. And then the other one, I think I will have to blame Luke Shaw for it as well. Because for me, there was no reason for Luke Shaw to actually run towards Lindelof's, I think it was Doucouré. Yeah, towards Doucouré when Lindelof got it covered. And he left his marker, who was basically the scorer of the game, which was Townsend. Because looking at the entire coming back of our players, we know that Varane was way behind Townsend during the run back to defend. So Shaw should not have gone in and disturb Lindelof's positioning, and he should have just stick with Townsend, and I think that would have actually cleared the ball away instead of us leaking that one miserable goal. So for me, Luke Shaw, Fred, I think these two are to be blamed, and also Bruno for his poor free kick. I'm sorry, but Bruno should have started with a better free kick. I mean, with a better corner at the end of the day, and it would have been a different story all around.
Okay, speaking about Luke Shaw, let's talk a bit more of our fullbacks. Okay, many viewers, okay, and even in the Telegram group and whatnot, our WhatsApp group, they're mentioning that Aaron Wan Bisaka, Aaron tak berbisa, okay, and also Luke Shaw, they are not really performing to the best of their abilities. Raj, what do you think about that?
I just hope that we could have a technology where we can fuse Wan Bissaka's defensive powers with Dalo's crossing together. That will make a good player, because one is good going forward but bad defensively. The other one is bad defensively but good going forward. So that was okay. But honestly, Wan Bissaka, except for he's just not that player who crosses, right? He's more to the defensive kind of player. He just likes to play to someone else, to let them do all the crossing. He likes to find for Bruno. He finds for a Greenwood or someone else to do all the attacking job. His job is just to do the defending and pass the ball forward. But honestly, sometimes he will look like he's about to cross, and then he will pull the ball back, which is like a big, as we say, ni macam potong steam lah kita. Dia nak attack, lepas tu dia tolak bola balik ke belakang. So yang striker-striker dekat dalam tu tiba-tiba dia jadi confused pula. Like Cavani and all also 3-4 times mereka dah masuk dalam, tapi crossing tak datang. So kita ada masalah. So that is Wan Bissaka was good defensively, honestly, except for he played a fault in the goal as well. But other than that, he's good defensively. But going forward, we really got to brush him up. Release the ball early. That's his problem. He takes one touch too many at times. That is the problem.
But then in the first half, I think Greenwood and Bissaka was doing good combination, like
yes, better than the left. The left was quiet. The left was really quiet.
Not just the whole game side. I think honestly, Shaw is a bit lost. I think he was a bit lost today the entire game. At times he was caught off position. The only thing that he was doing proper was passing the ball to Sancho and Pogba in the second half, but he was never really doing the overlapping runs that he usually
the link up that he used to do. Yes, exactly.
So to add it for Aaron Wan Bissaka, I mean, I noticed that I hope you guys remember the miss header by Marshall in the 5th minute. He headed it wide. That cross was actually by Aaron Wan Bissaka. If only Aaron Wan Bissaka would have continued crossing the ball in like that, I think we would. I mean, it would make him a better wing back, a better right back, and I think it would benefit Manchester United in the long run. So he really have to up his game. I think there is something that is holding him back from crossing the ball. He goes up, like what Raj said. He tends that he is going to cross, but he pulls it back and pass it back to Bruno, who is in the middle, or pass it back to Fred, who is in the middle, which basically it stops the whole momentum of us going forward, and it kills the momentum. And by doing that, this is where we are lacking the opportunities up front in goal. So I think Aaron Wan Bissaka should replicate his 5th minute cross to Marshall and carry it on from there. He should be more brave, and he should have more guts to actually cross the ball in, put it that way.
You purposely want to get on Marshall's side, right?
No. I mean, Marshall is good.
Today he did
pretty well. But if Marshall would have scored that 5th minute header, which was contributed by cross by Aaron Wan Bissaka, then kita menang 2-1 lah.
If he didn't score, we would have lost. Okay, so give some.
Correct.
But this was a bit high. This was like too much for Martial. The ball
maybe his side is right.
Guys, attention. Let's save the Marcel the best beat for the last 1 hour of this segment. Okay, 1 hour of this segment.
Yeah, he did that.
We got one comment by Brown Bear. To improve the players, the coaches need to do it. If Aaron Wan Bissaka after so long still cannot cross, would you guys say the coaching is not bringing results? Syed, what do you think?
I mean, it's 50-50 because sometimes it's the ability of the player. Even though you can have the best coaches in the world, but if Wan Bissaka doesn't have the ability to cross, you cannot do anything. You cannot like inject something in his legs to cross the ball. It's also up to the player as well. Coaches can do all the drills in the training, but you have to do on the pitch. You have to go for it. You have to learn by doing more practices, do some overtime in making the perfection of the process. So I think it's 50-50. It depends on the coaching and also on the player's ability as well.
I think for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if he actually can cross, I think he's actually quite deadly going forward. You can actually see, I mean, in the first half, let's talk about the first half. First half FC, right? We were really more, I mean, attacks were coming more from the right-hand side than the left-hand side. Usually our left-hand side is the one that is always more overpowering. That's why we needed to get Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side and whatnot. But really, the right-hand side is really, right now, from what I see, I think it's way more solid than our left-hand side. Okay, of course, given that Shaw right now, he's not really in form. His soul is still in Euros.
Yeah.
Euros.
So
Euros
solid in terms of
2020.
apa, Dom?
Sorry?
Solid in terms of the attacking or solid in terms of the
Moving
defending?
forward. No, as in, I think attacking moving forward, apart from the cross, I think if you can do something about the crosses and whatnot, the link-up play on the right-hand side is, I think it's better than our left-hand side.
But
If you
I
look at
think
the first half just now.
for me, the way most of the opponents set up, because of they know right hand side won't cause anything to them now, so they are focused more on the left side.
Maybe. But then
So you
again,
macam
you cannot.
Mela masuk.
No, but then you must understand that Wan-Bissaka is good going forward in the sense that he tends to dribble. He has speed, he has space,
Yeah.
he tends to dribble. He tracks back as a defender. He does his duty very well at the final third. I mean, our third. But the only problem with him is he is lacking of that little confidence to cross the ball when it is needed to. For me, because I mean, I've seen him cross the balls. Yes, out of 5 crosses, probably 2 might go wayward, go wherever it goes, and 2 might be on target for a good header. And if we can get our midfielders in, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka starts to cross the ball more often, like Luke Shaw does, okay, I think this would be very, very good for United up front. I think we would. I mean, we might not even need to defend in certain games. We would just be playing in the opponent's half for 90 minutes or so on. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka, not saying that he can't cross the ball, but I'm just saying that he should cross the ball a little bit more often, and he should improve on his crosses. Because if you're going to cross 5 balls, 2 might be on target, 3 might not be. So get all 5 on target. I think that will be superb for United.
No lah. Kalau Wan-Bissaka 5 game kan, satu game
5 cross.
This macam member kat Telegram. Siapa? Saiful, dia cakap kredit habis.
No, he is a fantastic wing back. I mean, a right back, if you ask me. But if that's a right back, but if you're gonna say if it's for a wing back who is moving forward, he really needs to improve on his crosses, and he really needs to get the confidence to cross the ball. Is it after the games that he goes back to the dressing room and then he gets scolded by the coaches for crossing the ball? I don't think so. So what is stopping him from crossing the ball? This is a very big question mark. Is the same thing as why Ole don't start when the big for games? Another big question mark. It's as big as that today, why doesn't he cross?
But then today his defending was also not that good. He didn't want any he didn't make any interception. I remember very bad in winning the ball as well today.
Yep.
I agree with Syed on that, but I'm more on the overall. But nevertheless, today's game, I think he could have did better defensively. Like what Raj also did highlight and mentioned earlier, that the goal was also contributed by Aaron Wan-Bissaka's fault.
If you just think kan, I rasa Bissaka, if he's playing like this in the 80s or in the 70s, he would have won best player in the world. Wan-Bissaka. Because he's very good at defensive, kan.
But now modern wing backs, we need them to move forward and cross. They gotta cross.
Football has evolved where you need to have a mix of all kind of plays. Right? You see, United most of the time nowadays we do the side for side passing. Everything is going from this side. Ball travels to the left, and then our ball travels straight to the right.
We got a comment.
Link-up play, 1-2 play in the middle, because you don't have the brains to do those things in the middle. That is the problem.
We got a comment. We got a comment by JomUnited, our admin lah. I mean the real admin lah, not me. Okay, get Gary Neville in for 2 weeks. Everyone Wan-Bissaka bootcamp. David Beckham lah. If really want David Beckham lah, what Gary?
I mean, but we know what Gary Neville did with Valencia. We don't want Gary Neville to.
So I have one question lah to ask. If Oli okay, we are all pretty much neutral and only in some of us are only or whatnot. If Matic can't play at least one game a week, what is the whole point of you still keeping him in the squad and not getting a proper CDM?
Yeah. Agree.
Raj, this one, right? Actually, I was thinking about Ole, right? I think he's in a position now. He's not sure of what is his style of playing. He's still figuring it out. So the more players that he have, the better. So he can experiment and play and whatnot. I feel
No,
that is
bro,
what is going on now.
I mean, when he
No,
came
no,
in
no.
the
The
other
more
day,
players he has is worse because you look at what happened to Van de Beek.
No, as in for him in his situation, Ole thinks that the more players he has at his disposal, right, will be better. So he can play with whatever formation that he thinks that he's doing, but he's not
he's
doing
the
actually.
But which is
CDM
wrong.
who drops in between both the centre backs. If you notice our gameplay, Matic is the only CDM who drops in between. No, the other one he drops either to the left or to the right because they
He
play in a
does the
double
proper
pivot.
work.
When
Yeah,
Matic
he
comes
does
in
the
as a
proper work.
single CDM, he drops into the center. So the question is, if he can't play games, if he can't play 60 to 70 minutes at least once a week, what is the whole point of having him in the squad? That's my question. What is the whole point? What is the whole point of keeping one Mata? You need characters in the dressing room. Okay, then why we brought in Ronaldo?
One
Yep,
Mata, they need
agree.
someone to write the MU block lah, the United block lah. That's
I
the
mean, you
thing.
cannot be keeping
He's a
always a
blogger.
good man manager, but you cannot be keeping players just because they have good characters. You need people to move the team forward.
Again, I think that he doesn't have a vision of what he really wants lah.
Correct.
So basically he will just get as many players and keep as many as he can, and then once he figure out something, then only he will utilize them. That is what I'm thinking right now lah, which is a waste lah for the players, especially for Van de Beek lah. Okay, Brown Bear mentioned modern football requires a modern coach. So maybe he's hinting something here. Said, what do you think, Said?
I think we need a modern coach. We don't need a coach who just score a 99 winning goal. We need a coach who can properly coach everyone, who can utilize the squad. I mean, we're talking about like you have a squad depth, and it's good to have a lot of players. Don't just let them go. Keep them so that you can bring from the bench. But if you have Ole who cannot, Ole doesn't even know what is his starting 11, what is his best 11. I think that's the same thing I said in the last video. I think 1 week or 2 weeks ago. That Ole doesn't know who are those 11 go-to players. He can just close his eyes and say, "Okay, you are my 11 players. You go and win the match." Ole doesn't have those instinct to call those who are my 11 players who would go and win the match.
Well, I
Okay,
think I have to agree with just add to what Danny was asking. In a matter of fact, I agree with Danny. In a matter of fact, we need coaches with modern football mindsets, with going forward, attacking football. But the thing is, will United hire more coaches and give Ole? I think we have just hired Eric Ramsey. Eric Ramsey is a fantastic set piece coach, and we have considered one set piece goal so far. This I think two lah, because today I will consider it a set piece. It was our set piece, and we let it. I mean, we let it to score, let opponent score. So besides the good part about us not leaking so many set piece goals this season, I think we have to hire a bit more modern coach, maybe one or two more. And let's be honest, I'm not sure if what are the other coaches doing in United.
No, but-
I think Eric Ramsey have brought a very, very different dimension of play for us.
But it's not like this thing really disturbed me, because like why we are talking about coaches, we should talk about the manager. Manager is the one who hired those coaches. For
Because
example,
Danny was asking about
if
coach.
yeah, but the coach responsibility also a responsibility of a manager. So
Yes,
for example, I
under
don't
the
feel like
manager.
if Barcelona is not playing good, if for example Arsenal is not playing good, or maybe for example Liverpool or Chelsea or any team in the world, we never see anyone talking about their coaches. They talk about the manager, because it's the manager's job to get the most from the coaches and also from the players. It all
Yeah,
down
I
to the
agree with
manager.
that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So if you ask me, I think Ole should start thinking about it. I hope it's not too late. I really hope it's not too late that he should go higher ranks with Matov or probably Ed Woodward, who is still around, and tell Ed Woodward that, look, I need more coaches. I need more talented coaches to join my team. We want to go forward. We are slacking in certain areas. We need to have improvements, and I need more coaches in, more talented, modern coaches to coach the team. I think he should bring in one or two more coaches, good coaches, and see how it goes from there on.
Okay, Eric mentioned our last 6 games. Young boys lost. West Ham saved by David De Gea. West Ham in the FA Cup. FA Cup. No, sorry, it was
Carabao
a
Cup.
Carabao Cup. Lost. Villa lost. Aston Villa lost. Villarreal saved by David De Gea and Ronaldo. Everton draw, should have lost. So, what do you guys think about our performance so far? And then especially now going into the international break. So what should we do? Should we where should we look at to buck up the squad and whatnot?
You
Pija.
don't. Okay, Pija.
Tak apa.
Pija.
Cakap dulu, Rash.
No,
Admin,
it
cakap,
all boils
admin.
down to what we discussed earlier in the season, right? Our failure to get a proper out and out CDM is going to haunt us an entire season. This is what I said in the very beginning when we started the season. As much as we were excited to get Ronaldo, we were excited with all the enjoyment over getting Ronaldo. Our failure to get a CDM is haunting us. McFred is stifling the squad. You're having 2 players there doing one person's job. And then you have McTominay, Uncle Matic, who cannot come in and do the job for 90 minutes most of the time. So these are the problem. There is a hole in the midfield. That is the problem with the squad. I mean, it's very evident, right? You can have the best finisher in the world. You can have Ronaldo. You can have Cavani. Easily two of the best. If you take the top 10 strikers in the world, Ronaldo and Cavani will make the list. But the problem is our midfield is not strong enough. The spine of the team is not strong enough to support the attack. The center, there's a big gaping hole in the center. And we never solved it. Maybe it was the plans of Wally.
Carrying forward from what Raj said, Pija, I nak tanya you. Whatever that Raj said, if just say we got better coaching, we got a better manager, do you think that this midfield problem will be an issue for us or not?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think probably yes, but then the only player I can see improving was Scott McTominay only. The downside is that at the start of the season he's having a bit of injuries, so that disrupt his progress for the start of the season. So there are the injuries, there are some fever, I think, if not mistaken. So those kind of thing memang disrupt tau. Then suddenly bila dia masuk balik pun these 3 game yang memang like not having a good game, but then I a bit confusing lah. I think if Ole can be if Ole can be bold enough, if having a good coaches can maybe can improve lah. But I don't think McTominay, Matic or Fred can improve more lah. I still think that McTominay is someone that who really can grab those CDM position in terms of make it his own rather than Ole nak mencari orang luar untuk masuk ke dalam club kita. Itu je lah my view.
No, but I think basically we could always get rid of Matic because of his age. We could get rid of Mata. That's 2 players. We can get rid of Fred if you want to. That's 3 players. 3 players salary, and bring in somebody who is going to be permanent in the middle, a CDM, a solid CDM in the middle, and I think that will be a very good progression for the squad. Bring back Gardner, and he would be the backup CDM for us, or McTominay, or whoever that's going to be. So 3 players for 1. I think this is a fair bargain.
Okay, this Brown Bear. Sorry, I interrupt. Brown Bear mentioned, is it fair to say the lack of one position is the cost for the whole multi-million team to not function as a unit? Okay, so this is a very, very good point. So I think we got to point this somewhere. We can't always, I mean, yes, it's an obvious problem, but maybe with a more competent manager or maybe coaching staff, we can actually do something about this. And then mind you, we are not playing the big teams yet now, guys. We are not playing the big teams yet.
Exactly.
So with this, probably we can do something about it. Okay, Pijal, sorry interrupt you. Maybe you boleh continue.
Tak, for me lah yang I nampak, Ole dia tak sabar nak berjumpa the big team so that he can implement his tactic, which is stay back and counter attacking. His own approach, they used to call the United way, or the United DNA, which is counter attacking, fast attacking football, those kind of thing. Because of playing against a smaller team, they tend to sit back now, which is like macam cakap lah, macam Brown Bear cakap, even though bila most of the team stay back, they don't function as a team. Our player ni memang tak function as a team, all hopping because of the individual brilliance. They don't like to create position for others. They don't like to helping each other, all because of the individual brilliance yang menampakkan dia boleh score. So tu je lah. So I think don't be surprised. Six big games after the international week, we will at least get 15 points.
But
Don't be
then
surprised.
Pijal, okay, sorry, I kena tuang air sejuk sedikit. Okay,
Uh,
you talk about progression from last 2 seasons and whatnot. We always do well relatively well with the big teams. We always struggle with the small teams, and yet today, right now, even with quality players, okay, we were always crying out, oh, we need Sancho, oh, we need this, we need to strengthen our defense. We already got all of these things, and yet we still seem like we are still like one step behind. Macam almost there but not quite there. So Said, what do you think about that, Said?
I think it's very scary to think like now the coming fixtures are really tough. We got Leicester away, we got Atlanta, and then we have Liverpool and more big games coming up. So I think it's a very scary time. Not a scary time for the opponents, but a scary time for us. And then I also want to go back to the question from Brown Bear. Like one position is responsible for everything which is not functioning right now. It's true. I mean, you need a midfield or a CDM who is a ball playing. That's what we call deep lying playmaker, which is missing here. Even today, for example, I saw Bruno and Greenwood. They were switching the flag. If the ball is on the right side, they move to the left side. If it is on the left side, they move the ball to the right side so that the defense can stretch. But this is the job responsibility of Fred and McTominay to do more oftenly. If the ball is on the right side, they move to the left, and then the defense scratch, and then the Bruno and Ronaldo can go forward and score the goal. This is what personally I'm not seeing from McFred right now. They are not switching the play. And then, for example, I also agree with Raj because he said like we got Ronaldo, we fall in love again. We say okay, now we will win everything. But we really needed a CDM which we didn't get in the summer. But for example, if we have a CDM right now, then I think it's 100% on Ole that he's not capable to manage this football club or this lineup or squad which we have right now. But right now, since we don't have any CDM and he's playing with McFred, so he has a bargain right now where he can say, okay, now I'm playing with McFred. I don't have any specialist CDM or a deep line playmaker. So he has a buffer to say like, okay, I don't have any CDM. But if we have a CDM, then I think 100% Ole is not the guy for Manchester United.
But then usually this kind of stuff, you talk about switching play from the left to the right and whatnot. Shouldn't they, as a professional, I mean, football player, they can do this kind of stuff if they were told to do so. I'm very sure they can do this kind of passes and whatnot. What do you think? Or do you really think that they are like so incompetent, they can't understand, they can't do this kind of stuff?
Sometimes I think they are not capable enough also. Because, for example, like sometimes McTominay also get invisible in the matches. Fred is like, okay, running all over the pitch, but like very helpless. He cannot make those, like long switches from the center. Either, spray the ball on the left side or the right side. Defense opens up and then you run and you score the goal. I haven't seen anything from McFred right now. Either it goes to the tactics from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or it goes to the, like the capability of the players.
Okay, let's talk a bit about our centre back. Okay, Raj, do you think that we miss Harry Maguire?
No. No, not at all.
So moving forward, what do you think is our best centre back pairing?
Varane Lindelof.
Straight up.
Varane Lindelof.
I think we see it today.
He's our captain.
Yes.
At least 2 goals today.
3 lah, bro.
2 or 3 goals easily. He would have missed
2 definitely went in.
He would have went in too early. He would have missed the play altogether. Demarai Gray would have skinned him alive. He wouldn't have followed him back like what Lindelof was doing with Demarai Gray, except for the part of the goal because Fred let him run first. So Lindelof thought Fred was going to handle it. So he didn't actually tag along with the player. So he managed to nick the ball and then fool both of them around. But if it was Maguire, he would have thrown in a leg, or he would have. But one thing Maguire would have done, he would have at least pulled the player down. That is what he can do very well. So he would have pulled him down and at least got a yellow card or something like that. But seriously, I feel Varane and Lindelof are a better centre-back combination than Maguire and Varane. I used to say Maguire has always been the problem between the two of them. The problem was most of the time Maguire will blame Lindelof for not being fast enough. But when he's playing with Varane, you can see that both of them have an understanding. Either one of them will take the overlap. They don't stand statically.
Yep, agree.
And one of the things you can actually see for Lindelof improving is his physical. He's no longer the today. Yeah,
Lindelof plays well for Sweden, right? We all have seen that. Maguire plays well for England because you have Kyle Walker doing his dirty job.
Yeah, betul.
No, I think you could have seen it very clearly with Lindelof. I think with Gray two times. One, basically Gray brought the ball in and Lindelof managed to intercept clearly.
Right.
The second time Gray was going against Lindelof one-on-one again, and this time Gray did not want to go in because it was a failure. The first time he went on the outer side and Lindelof managed to shoot him right to the byline, and basically was a goal kick at the end of the day. I think Lindelof has improved tremendously with Varane, and I just hope that it will be a much more blossom partnership compared to Maguire and Varane. So it was a blessing in disguise that Maguire got injured. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not against the man or whatsoever, but I would really prefer to see Varane, Lindelof at the heart of Manchester United at the back.
Or Varane Bailly is a good combination also, because Bailly
Bailly is too rash at times. That is the concern. Yes.
Either he sabotage someone or he sabotage himself.
But based on the combination that we have for now, I think it is. I don't think Maguire should come into the team at the moment. The team is playing well.
Substitute lah.
What do you guys think? Okay, the viewers. What do you guys think our best centre back combination is? Okay, maybe leave your thoughts in the comments so we can. Tuan Zebi tu tak ada lah, bro. Tuan Zebi. I think Tuan Zebi is on his way out already lah. I don't know.
Probably he will move on a permanent deal.
If Bailey was not sold next season, will not be sold next season, and Tuan Zebi still going out, then bye bye lah Tuan Zebi.
Wait, let me see. I got another. I'm looking through the comments here. Okay, we
But
got.
Lindelof played really good.
We got a comment by Brown Bear. Surprisingly from Brown Bear. All jokes aside, Maguire has been poor since the season started. It seems like Maguire and Shaw. It's like Shaw and Maguire. They are still stuck in the Euros 2020 whatever it is the finals or whatever.
Because it was coming home, but they didn't come home. they are saying in they didn't come home.
Still haven't come back yet. Okay, guys, we move on to our forwards. Okay, this is one interesting thing that I want to ask your opinions. Okay, I will start with Syed first lah. Okay, the substitution of Edison Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, do you think there's a different way that the team plays, right, when Ronaldo is leading the line versus Cavani leading the line?
Yeah, there's a difference because Ronaldo tends to go back more often compared to Cavani. And if Cavani is going back, then Ronaldo will be in the box. If Ronaldo is going back, then Cavani will be in the box. So it's a very good combination, and we are blessed to have two best number 9 in the world right now for Manchester United. I mean, both are veterans. They are not into their prime age right now, but I think they are the most prolific goal scorer right now in the squad. Ole should have stayed Cavani on the field. Just substitute Martial with Ronaldo, and I think both two would have contributed another goal, just like we saw against Villarreal. If one is making the effort, if one is winning the ball, going back, then another one would be in the box. So like today, when Cavani was off, Ronaldo was going back, and there was no one in the box. Like literally no one in the box. Greenwood on the right side, Sancho on the left side. I saw Pogba as a number 9 right now. When Pogba was on the pitch.
False 9.
Yeah, false 9. But false 9, but there was no 9. There was no 9, but there's still a false 9 in Pogba, because Ronaldo was going back to win the ball, because he's so passionate to win the ball. He wants to do hurry. He wants to do fast, which is a good attribute. I'm not saying it's a bad attribute, but you need like another one to be in the box, like a fox in the box who scored the goal.
Okay, Smurf, do you think there's a difference, like I mentioned just now, when Cavani is playing leading the line number 9 and versus Ronaldo, the players around him, the way that they play, maybe a bit different? What do you think?
Okay, I love Ronaldo. Basically, I'm a diehard fan of a personal player, Cristiano Ronaldo. But what my observation on how Manchester United play with Cavani in the team, and Ronaldo in the team, it's really different. Okay, for me, when Cavani was on the team in the first half, especially, we've seen that the team was playing very much as a unit, as a team. I think the passes was slick and they were looking for each other. They were opening up the passing line. They were ready to receive the ball and make the next pass. In fact, we could have seen it very clearly from our first goal that we scored. It was just before the first half, if I'm not wrong, the first goal that we scored, we went in 1-0. If you guys noticed, it was a throw-in by Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Lindelof. And it went 10 touches, 10 different passes were made before Marshall executed the goal, scored the goal. 10 different passes. Okay, for me, that is a good build-up play. That is a good team play. So where else? When I mean, comparable to when Ronaldo is in the team. Yes, he scores goals for us, which is fantastic. But you notice that the players at the back of him tends to pump the ball up. When they pump the ball up and expect the forwards to run, they don't get it. The ball comes back. And then when we win possession again, we pump the ball up again. So there is no sleep or going forward as a team. We're just pumping the ball all up. So for me, I feel that what Ole should really do is he should really try and experiment Cavani and Ronaldo, probably with Mason or Sancho on the other hand, as three forwards instead of playing one and taking out one and putting in the other. So I think let's see how it goes by then. I mean, besides that, we could also see when Ronaldo was on the pitch, Sancho did very well. For me, my observation, because there was once where Sancho played a very good 1-2 with Ronaldo. This is the way he played with Haaland in Dortmund. So at the moment, I think he's still finding a partner in United who is going to play this 1-2 with, who is going to be comfortable, can read his mind like a Bluetooth between both players. But he's failed to until today. He made 1 or 2 passes with Ronaldo and it went well. So for me, the team should play as a unit. Bring in Ronaldo, Cavani, Sancho, Ronaldo, Cavani, Mason, or Rashford soon enough, and see how it progresses from there. I think it will be beautiful to have 3 up front forward, especially in home games, because we should be much more clinical up front.
Okay,
sorry.
this is yeah, sila.
Okay, sorry. I just have this crazy idea, kan. Do you think that Ronaldo masuk dekat United interrupts a bit Ole punya vision of how United should or have played?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Good question, Pijal. Definitely.
Because I've been thinking last season kita main memang macam Smooth cakap, bila Cavani main or even Greenwood play as number 9, kita banyak main fluid passing.
Yes.
All this like
I think
the first half and the
I
second
said
half,
earlier,
this
right?
is a
The
very
team
good
that played in
comparison.
the first half was the team that has been playing last season.
Yeah, betul.
Except for Varane.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
That is a team that knows the rhythm, the team that knows what they're doing, the team that is pushing the ball forward, the team that is interchanging between each other and moving in, finding pockets of spaces and moving in.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing happen when you signing a star player, when you're signing like one of the best player in the world right now. So for example, when you sign those players, then it's a make or break season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If he has signed Ronaldo, he should have a clue what to do with Ronaldo, not like just throwing him and waiting for the winner.
But I'm afraid that if Ole goes with his current tactics and not change the formula or find the right formula with Ronaldo in Manchester United, playing link-up play with the rest of the players, then it's going to be a disaster for Ole himself.
That's what I said.
He has to find the right formula, yes, as fast as possible, as quick as possible. He needs to probably get a Bomo or whatsoever, come on, and basically get the right formula. Whatever he needs to do, get it done. And it needs to be done fast.
Or else Ole might turn up well to be like Ranieri when he was in Chelsea.
Yes.
Possibly.
Too many good players, don't know what to do. He became the Tinkerman, right? He started tinkering every game. Remember Tinkerman?
But Lampard faced in Chelsea.
Not really tinkering actually.
Yeah, and
Lampard had fantastic players. Yes, Lampard. I mean, see what Tuchel came in and what he did with the team. Amazing. So I mean, Lampard had all the players with him to shine, but he was just not good tactically. He was not good man managemently. So therefore, it was a disaster for him. But when Tuchel came in, it all just went right with the right players in the squad.
just a quick one. I really think that we played so much better with Cavani up front just now without
Correct.
Ronaldo. I
Yep.
mean, I love
Yes,
I
Ronaldo,
agree.
but it was a breath of fresh air. Like the way they play was fluid. It was so nice
Yep.
to watch. It was really, it's like the feeling was it's a matter of time only before we score. Then the
I mean,
second
to
half
add
came in,
to
it
add
felt
to
like
what
a bit forced.
coach is saying, Cavani comes down, he passes, and then he runs up.
Yes, yes.
That's what
yes.
he
His
does.
work
He
rate.
comes
Let's
down.
not. Let's point out his work rate. His
Yes.
work rate is fantastic, man. Even he makes Fred looks lazy, also, to a certain degree.
He comes and stands beside one Bisaka, and then after some time, he's
Yes.
up there trying to finish the ball that is being sent up.
Exactly. So for
I
that,
mean,
I
look at the
really
last goal that we scored at the end of the day. The last goal that we scored, it was Cavani who won the ball, who was hardworking. He won the ball, made a pass to Fred, who took across, and basically Ronaldo. Pass to it was Lingard who got the ball and passed it to Ronaldo to make a finish. So if you ask me, Cavani's work rate is fantastic for a 34-year-old gentleman, and I think he's a fine forward. And Ole should just quickly find the right formula going up front and correct his CDM. I think that will be the trick. I mean, we are pretty solid in defense. I think we have the players. We are leaking goals because of one, two stupid, silly mistakes, which can be corrected. So he really has to find the right formula as soon as possible.
Okay, I gotta bring back this comment again. This question again by Sonic. What are your guys' opinion about Kayu Hijau? Our how to say that is how we call Mason Greenwood lah. I think he must be sub for now and come out as a super sub. I know he helped us early season, but he's too selfish and not in the mood for now. Okay, this one we actually had this discussion in the episode earlier. Okay, maybe we can get your opinions on this. Okay, let's start with Raj. What do you think about this, Raj?
About Greenwood, I think Greenwood plays well when Cavani is around with him in the pitch. He sees a good mentor in Cavani. He's always taking a shadow out of. He knows when Cavani moves, where he has to go, what he has to do. But when Ronaldo comes in, he's not only just Greenwood, but every player actually wants to raise their game and try to get into the atmosphere. You saw how 75,000 people reacted when Ronaldo walked into the pitch today. So I think Greenwood is not being selfish. He's learning. He's just turned 20. I think he has a very, very bright future ahead of him. Let's not break his confidence by not giving him game time. Something that Mourinho did with Rashford. Rashford totally forgot how to score goals. Even when he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he will start shooting to the grandmothers in the stand. That is what he starts doing these days. So that is contributory to the manager. I think how Ole is preparing Greenwood is a testament of his man management to a certain extent. He might have other downsides to his games, but how he has handled Greenwood has been fantastic so far. So that's my take on Mason Greenwood. He should be playing, to me.
Okay. Just to add on to what Raj just mentioned. Okay, I'm going to point this to side. Okay, and also another additional thing that I want to ask, do you think that having Mason Greenwood playing on the right hand side starting most games will hinder Sancho, because we actually bought Sancho to play on the right hand side? What do you think, Sai?
Yeah, I think there's I would go into the background a little bit. Okay, we signed Ronaldo. It's a very good thing. It's a romance. Like everyone is excited, but like in the beginning, it was not like I don't want Ronaldo to come back. It's just like my only point before we were about to sign Ronaldo, I was thinking maybe it is going to hinder Greenwood's play, and I think this is now very visible right now, because we have played 10 games right now in the season, including Carabao, Champions League, and Premier League. We have played 10 games right now. He has scored 3 out of 3 in the first 3 games. And then Ronaldo came in from, I think, from the Newcastle game. And from then until now, Greenwood, I think, no assist and no goal so far. So there's a complete difference between Greenwood's game before Ronaldo and after Ronaldo right now. Because last season we saw he can play on the right side, he can still contribute. He can still come in, Cavani will drop, and then he will come in and he will score. But with Ronaldo, I don't think it's working right now. Either Greenwood should be on the top, Sancho on the right, and when Rashford comes back, Rashford on the left. This would be the ideal front three for me personally. But with Ronaldo in the team right now, you cannot, switch off Ronaldo completely. He's a star man. He's a legend. He needs to play. Crowd comes to play to watch him, like 75,000 people. They're on the stadium. They want Ronaldo to see. It's good, but at the same time, it's hindering Greenwood right now. It may be a bold statement right now, maybe premature, but this is my personal view right now, that it is going to hinder, and it is hindering right now Greenwood, because he has scored 3 games pre-Ronaldo, after Ronaldo 6 games, no goal, no assist. Even today, like there was few instant I saw when Ronaldo was expecting ball to drop to him, but Greenwood, I think the shot was blocked or something went wrong, and then there was a eye contact between the two, which was not clearly a good positive eye contact between the two. So I can see there's a selfishness in Greenwood. I'm saying selfishness in Greenwood in a very positive way because this is what I'm going to expect from Greenwood. Greenwood needs to be selfish. He's a hitman. He's going to score the goal. He's not a player who will assist for you. He's a guy who's a striker. He's a goal machine. He's a hitman. Hitmen go for and kill the match. So that's what I'm expecting from Greenwood to be in the center. Okay, now we have Ronaldo. So either Ronaldo, Cavani, or Greenwood. But he needs to play in the center for me, especially after.
What I feel is basically back to the question here. I think that Ole should manage Greenwood a little bit more better. I feel that he started off the season with a bang. He finished last season pretty decent. I think for Greenwood or Mason, I like to refer him to as Mason. Mason starting every single game so far is not good for him. He's going to face a burnout like what happened to Rashford in the past. And I'm sure that Ole knows about this, and Ole should basically improvise on this. And instead of basically either Greenwood or Sancho, if Greenwood is playing, is going to hinder Sancho, why not give both of them the equal opportunity? I mean, start one on certain games that he feels that is going to suit his tactic for that particular game, and Sancho on a different game that basically will bring in a different dimension to that particular game. I think that should be more balanced instead of basically will Greenwood hinder Sancho's progression in the team.
Okay, it seems like there's a bit of a heated discussion going on in the chat.
Mana.
Okay, basically everyone chill because we are going to move into the best topic for tonight. Okay, so I'm going to point this question. I'm going to point this question as to Coach Tom. Oh, me? What do you think about? No.
Let me ask you a question, Dom.
Yeah. Yo.
Should Anthony Martial play from the left, or should he start as a centre forward? We saw him play as a centre forward against West Ham, correct, in the Carabao Cup. And today he played as a left-sided forward, as an inside left forward. So which position do you feel that is Martial's best position, and what was your thoughts on his performance today?
Oh, thanks, man. That's the best. I was waiting for that, man. That was something that we actually planned, but we didn't really plan because we didn't win. But yeah, personally, I think he plays better on the left, like what we see. Those kind of remember that last week, not last week, 2 weeks ago, I think when Lingard scored that screamer goal. So I was actually telling you guys that actually Martial scores that kind of goal easily. So this is the kind of qualities that he offers from the left. And I think that he needs room to actually run, because I think when he plays the number 9 position with the defenders around him, he has no room to run and maneuver. He probably don't have that knowledge or ability to actually find space for himself in those kind of tight pockets. So I think he played much better on the left. Okay, what's the other question again? Man of the match, Martial?
Now, what's your thoughts on his performance today?
Today, yeah, he looks lively, and then it's sad. I don't know whether he got subbed out because of an injury or whatnot, but you can actually see a knock. But actually, you can actually see that his confidence level was actually growing. And then I'm not surprised if he continued playing the whole 90 minutes, he would have scored another goal, because he actually did another shot from the left hand side as well. So I think we should put him to the left. Okay, and then he should fight for his position there. Okay, with Rashford coming back easily, I think he can be in the pecking order number 1, number 2 honestly in my humble opinion.
And do you think that Martial would have been better if Shaw would have been much more involved in the game today? I think we all can agree that Shaw had
definitely
a bad game. So your thoughts on that?
Definitely. Wow, seriously, spotlight on me, man. Oh my god.
This is my moment. This is your time.
Wrong time. Unless someone not.
Everyone, off camera.
All mute.
Wait, sorry, I lost the question again. What was the question again? Sorry. Hey, chill don't la.
No, the question was, if it would have been with an informed Luke Shaw, would Martial have scored more goals today? What's your thought?
Because from today, what we see, the link up plays between Bruno and Martial, and usually Luke Shaw will be involved as well. I know many people mentioned that the link-up play between Rashford and Luke Shaw is class, but then I think that Martial and Luke Shaw will actually give them a better, I think a better combination. I mean, from judging from the 2019 season. Okay, so yeah, definitely, if Luke Shaw was on form, definitely I would have. I mean, I would say that we would have seen more. I would say nice gameplay from Martial. But then again, I'm happy for the goal. That goal was a fantastic goal. I was literally shouting. I was like messaging a few fellas.
So
Voice
Dom,
message few fellas and whatnot.
Brian just messaged in the chat like now you want to go to Paris with Martial because
Oh yes, for sure. Where? Let me look. Wait. I gotta look.
But it's one game, guys. It's one game after so
Yeah,
many
exactly.
bad
Romantic
games.
holiday.
So chill. I mean, he might have just got
Exactly.
one good game. In fact, only one half. In a matter of fact,
Give
unfortunately, he got injured.
give
So
chance lah.
chill.
After this Dom dah tak ada dah this time lah, you know. Until the end.
Yes.
So
Let me just
Okay.
this.
Go.
Bagi chance lah, bagi chance, bagi
For that,
chance
I'm just
lah.
gonna mute. I'm just
Come on,
gonna mute
Rafiza,
Smurf. Okay,
I
bye,
ask more
Smurf.
questions.
Hey, we need more questions about Martial. You know, it's supposed to be a 1 hour segment on Martial alone, is it? But
Yeah.
no, like actually,
Okay,
I agree
more
with
questions
Smurf.
on Marshall. More questions on Marshall. So, about the 5th minute header that was off target, do you think a prime Marshall would have actually got that at least on target? Or why did he get it off target? I mean, it was a clear opportunity, a clear header that he could easily get it on target. I mean, a good forward would have actually got it on target, if you ask me. So, what was the mistake there? Did he jump up too early?
Probably the timing of the jump, and then probably his sharpness wasn't there, and then I probably early on his confidence. I mean, he just started. You're talking about 5 minutes. Just started from his previous performance. What game was that again? The West Ham game, is it? Was it West Ham
Yeah,
game?
in the
The one
cup.
that he lead the line. Yeah. So his confidence is definitely low. Then you can actually see as he progressed more, and then throughout the first half, he actually got better and better and better. So maybe his sharpness, and of course, I think he mistimed the jump and whatnot. So I'm really
Or
glad
maybe he
again.
got
Yeah, you were saying.
or maybe he got shot. It was Aaron Wan-Bissaka who actually made the cross.
But it happened before also. I think last season against Aston Villa, crossed by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Martial actually scored the header. So I'm not very good with stats. I only remember all these kind of moments, Martial moments. Is it? So yeah. But again, like Smurf mentioned, we shouldn't get too excited. I shouldn't get too excited because it's just
Do
how
you
to say,
think?
one half.
Do you think Sancho did better than Martial when he came on? Your thoughts on Sancho versus Martial?
Wait, seriously, this is all on me, man.
Yeah. So we all.
This is your show. This is your show.
This is your
Now
show.
it's Martial is your show, lah.
Hey, if we would have won, it would have been much better.
Yeah,
Seriously.
exactly. Imagine
So
how it would have
Sancho
been.
versus, I think for this particular game, Sancho, if you're talking about link up plays and whatnot, I think Sancho actually did a better job.
Correct.
I think for this particular one. So
Agreed.
but then again, I don't know. Marcel did score the goal, so I
Yeah.
think that in this case, both of them had an equal footing, I would say. So both of them can actually play.
Except for the point where Sancho actually shot like he had a muscular dystrophy in the right at the end. I think Sancho did very, very well. He
Yes,
skipped
yes,
past
yes,
a lot of
exactly.
players.
Exactly.
We are seeing more of the flicks and tricks that he usually does.
Yes,
He wants to
yes,
go left
yes.
and then he turns right and then the defender gets chalked off.
He
Those kind of
looks-
moves all are coming from Sancho.
Sancho looks like early on when Martial was, when he just came in that time, he was
Correct.
hungry, he was running at players and whatnot. So Sancho was actually reminding me of that play of Martial early on. And nowadays, I don't really see him running much at players, and I hope that maybe from watching Sancho doing that, it actually triggers him to actually to try and run again at players. Okay, hey guys,
he could have scored another goal at the end of the day after like what Coach Dom said, his confidence level after the goal that he scored. If you guys remember, in the 45th minute, right, on the 45th minute towards the end of the game, end of the first half, he had a very good shot on target, which was basically safe on target, saved by Pickford, and the pass was from Cavani. So I think that if he was not injured today or he did not take a knock, okay, and he was given an opportunity to finish the game in 90 minutes, I don't doubt that probably with his enthusiasm today, he would have probably scored another goal for us today.
Okay,
Mengapa,
guys,
Pijam?
I forgot to just highlight one more thing. Let's not take away the superb takedown by Bruno Fernandes in feeding Martial for the goal.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
Perfect layoff.
That
Remember,
was
guys, remember, guys, the 2019 season, okay, the best combination that we had was Martial, Bruno, and VAR. Never forget that. Never forget. Never forget that.
Yeah,
It's the truth. It's the truth.
The
It's the truth.
VFF.
But then
Yeah.
again, like I mentioned, Bruno and Marcel, they have something going on, lah. I mean, in the playing field, I think they can read each other very well. So yeah, so hope to see more of that from Martial, lah. Okay, we got a comment here by Ed1. I did Sancho look better each game as he plays, which is very very true. So hopefully the coming few more games you can actually see more confidence of him running
Yeah.
at defenders. Yeah,
It's
Sai,
coming.
get on
It's,
please.
yeah. I think it's coming. The goal or assist, it's just a matter of time. It's coming. Like every
think
game,
he's-
we can see like more from Sancho.
I think he's developing a good combination with Ronaldo. There are moments where Ronaldo and Sancho are actually playing together. You know, one is passing and one is running, and one is taking the overlap and all those things. We can see those things coming up.
But the only link up working with Ronaldo is Lingard, who sadly didn't come from the left.
No, but
Lingard
Sancho is
should have come
actually,
and
like
scored.
Raj is saying, Sancho is actually developing a very good partnership with CR7 based on what we have witnessed all this. I mean, just this short period of time. I think that what you said, 1-2 with Ronaldo once, twice today in that one half. So it's something that will basically come out. I mean, to be fruitful, hopefully at the end of the day. Sancho is a player that he used to play very well with Haaland, 1-2, 1-2, a lot of 1-2 in Dortmund. So for me, I think if Ronaldo and him can actually have that 1-2 combination, it will be very fruitful for us. And yeah, Ole just have to have a bit more guts and play three up front. So yeah, you
I
can
would-
also have Cavani there then.
Just to add on to that, I would like to see Cavani and Sancho play, because I think Cavani's understanding with another player
Intelligence.
with a trickery
Yes.
play is very good. Cavani
Yes.
knows very well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Another good joke by Brian Lee. I wonder where you get all these kind of joke. You got a book or something, Brian? Bruno fits the
Memes.
ball better than my girlfriend fits me my food.
Then he should feed himself lah, Brian. Makan sendiri lah.
Oh, okay, we gotta give a shout out like usual
Good
to
one.
David De Gea. Is Doc here because never talk about David De Gea. So
Coming soon. Coming soon.
coming soon.
It's the wall.
Anything-
It's the wall.
Anything that you want to touch on David De Gea? I think he actually did quite a good
There
few
was a
saves.
fantastic save in the first half. Awesome save. I mean, only David can do that. I think other goalkeepers 9 times out of 10, I think that would have been in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was
It
a good save.
screamer. The way he saved it was the ball didn't rebound to another oncoming player. He saved it out to the other side so that the defenders can deal with it. That was fantastic. I think his ball delivery, ball distribution was good as well, David. He couldn't do much about the goal, but I think Said would disagree. I think we had a discussion earlier. I think I passed the floor to Said on the goal. But to me, David was okay. Over to you, Said.
I mean, it's not like any mistake or something. I was expecting De Gea to at least take 2 steps more forward when the ball was coming from him. At that time, he just stayed there and then he just let the ball in. But it was a difficult thing. I'm not saying like he should have saved. It was very difficult, but maybe 1 or 2 step ahead would have made little bit more difficult for the striker to Townsend to score the goal.
And De Gea on the goal where Yere Mina went and did some pole dancing in the corner flag. Before he did that, I think De Gea made himself look big, and the ball actually he had to cut the ball across. I think that was.
No, I think
Yeah.
for that one that we discussed earlier, for me it was an offside. Yeah, it was unnecessary dancing at the end of the day. But for me, De Gea should be credited for this. Big credit to De Gea, because for me he blocked the angle. And as a forward, I'm not a forward at a shooting position. If I'm not wrong, it was Davis. Davis was, or whoever the player was, he probably had second thoughts because De Gea really covered the angle very, very well. So he had no choice. Lack of confidence, he passed the ball, he squared the ball without knowing that Mina was actually offside. And also another credit to Lindelof on that, because Lindelof was intelligent enough to hold his run and make sure that if that pass was made, he anticipated that pass. If that pass was made, it's going to be an offside.
We all
And
know
it
what
was a clear
happened last
offside.
season.
So
Spurs. We all know what happened last season when Maguire played everyone on side.
That's why I said earlier.
People say it's David De Gea's fault. A lot of people mention it's David De Gea's fault. I don't know.
Go back
Man.
and
I
watch
don't
the
know.
replay. It was
I don't know,
Maguire
Please,
man. I
plus
don't know,
everyone
man.
was
it's
I
side.
don't know.
definitely
man.
Maguire. If Maguire was there today, he would have basically kept Mina on side, lah, bro. Probably he might have even covered De Gea, lah. So yeah, it was a blessing in disguise for Maguire to be injured. Not against the guy. I don't want players to be injured, but well, it's a way for opportunity for Varane and Lindelof to basically come out and show what they can do.
Okay, guys, we do a last round robin. Okay, my question. So, we are moving into the international break. So, with our games that we have played so far, where do you stand? Okay, with regards as Ole as the manager and our team performance overall so far. Said, I'll start with you first.
I mean, I'm losing the hope, to be honest. The league, we lost against Aston Villa. We drew against Everton. We are already out from the Carabao Cup. Champions League, we lost against Young Boys. We got a scrappy win, very lucky win against Villarreal. To be honest, like I'm losing the hope of us winning any trophy this season. So, but I also know the Glazers and the board and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being the hero of the club of '99, the goal he scored. I don't think Ole is going to be sacked anytime between the season. So let's wait until the end of the season. But to be honest, like I don't see us winning any trophy if this McFred or this lineup or this slow tactics from Solskjaer to be continued.
Okay, move on to Raj. Raj, what do you think, Raj?
I think Ole, as far as Ole in, Ole out, or Ole doubt, I'm Ole doubt at the moment because seriously, we have to actually hold Ole, shake him, and ask him, do you know what the hell you're doing? That's the first question we need to ask him. Then the second thing is he's been saved by individual brilliance. Like David De Gea has been fantastic form.
Raj, enough, Raj. Later our friend too happy lah. Enough already.
I really
Enough,
hope he
enough.
plays for Spain. And then on the other hand, we had Ronaldo saving our behinds a few times. So yeah, so that is the reason we are where we are. And then a few moments of brilliance from Bruno and all the other lads like Greenwood and all. So Ole, please find a proper, stop tinkering, try and find a proper solution. We still actually beg you as a manager because we feel that there is still a work in progress. The players are there to deliver. Just please, for the love of God, play Don't Even Big, please. I don't know how else to ask. Should we write him an email or what?
Okay, Smurf. Okay,
I saw that, Brian.
also wait out. Some stuff we cannot really because we have viewers who are like 12 years old. Then they will PM you, Brian, asking you what is the meaning of that. Then you gotta explain everything, or the bees and the flowers and whatnot. So that is for another show. This is football, okay? So Smurf, okay, the same question, but then also one more thing I want to add on that I just remembered. Do you see like the final few minutes, right? Ole was actually joking in the sidelines, laughing with Scott McTominay. I mean, I was still okay with everything until that one. The moment I saw that, I was like, are you taking this as a joke? As a joke. What do you think, Smurf?
I think for one, I would have to admit that basically Ole really needs to back up. I mean, like I'm going to be like Raj. I'm not an Ole out. I would love to see Ole in for a very long term, but with condition that he needs to back up because this is his break or make season. And it looks like, I mean, I'm sorry to say, for the Ole in fans, it looks like it's not going to happen. If he's going to keep up with this formation, if he's going to keep up with these tactics, and the football played by the team is not fluid, it's not fast enough, it's not, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's going to be attractive or not. We want the 3 points, we won games, we want to finish off games. You're having 10 opportunities up front, probably scoring one that's not good enough. He has to know it's a problem with the team and do something quick. I mean, we need to bring back our glory days. We have not tasted the trophy for quite some time. The last was, I believe, Jose Mourinho in a League Cup. If I'm not wrong, there was 16, 17, if I'm not wrong.
Europa League.
Yeah, so
Europa League.
Europa League. Sorry, yes. So yeah, with injured, with a lot of with the injured bench, if I'm not wrong, Zlatan was injured and so on. But nevertheless, Ole really needs to back up, and he needs to do it as soon as possible. Because for me, if by this December, before Christmas time, if we are not going anywhere, I'm sorry, Ole, but If it's time to go, it's time to go. If you got to be, you got to be like Donald Trump sometimes. Sometimes, if you're not performing, out the door. As simple as that. This is not a club where you come in and try a lot, but you come in, you're given the first season, you're given the second season, you have to deliver in the third season. Or I'm sorry, whoever you are, out the door, and we need to bring in somebody that will gel the team and bring us trophies and bring back our glory days.
Okay, pointing question pada Pijal. Okay, do you see any improvements from this international break? At least from the first half, give us a bit of hope that maybe there's something going on with Ole that can actually bring us forward. Apa pendapat you?
Surprisingly, that first half is the moment atau time yang I nampak United ada tactical of play ataupun there are some gameplay ada. Tahu. We have played like 10 games. Macam saya cakap lah, kita dah played 10 games but we don't see the tactical or the gameplay style. That first half je boleh nampak, oh okay, diorang akan main this fruit passing in front of the defender semua kan. But then itulah macam saya cakap, 3 years at the club, only interim manager is still the best gameplay ataupun tactical yang kita pernah nampak sementara Ole jadi manager. After dah jadi manager ni kita tak nampak langsung. So I really wish that dia at least after international break ni get that basic down in terms of the tactical, in terms of the gameplay, in terms of the what do he want to play. Tahu what types of gameplay yang dia nak main. So kalau katakan even after international week ni dia still tak dapat those idea and the fans still tak faham apa yang dia nak cuba buat, then I think at the end of the season I think trophy will not be coming to Old Trafford lah. So but yeah, at the end but I still only in until end of the season lah.
I think the pressure is really building up on Ole lah. So these 2 weeks of international break, him and the coaching staff need to really do something. They really need to plan something. Okay, and then we hope, because there will be big games, all the big games coming up after this. So that's the thing lah. We're looking forward to it, of course, because most of the time we perform under this kind of pressure. Okay, and when we face all these kind of big teams and whatnot lah. Okay, so guys, we are at the end of the show. So thank you so much for staying with us for 1 hour and 17 minutes and counting. Okay, thank you panel so much. Thank you Raj for all the kick-ass questions. It's unfortunate that we didn't win. Or I would have done the 1 hour
I was actually
song.
preparing a script to actually take over the live show and let you be the guest.
No, I'll just be singing only. I'll just be singing.
Yeah.
Tony Marcel came from France. But too bad. So anyway, please like, share, subscribe. And like usual, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Pijal?
Atlanta.
Pijal, you belum buat shout out. You belum shout out lagi.
Apa Telegram?
Cepat.
Admin
5 saat.
Siapa yang chat ni masuk Telegram kita dekat description bawah. Masuk. Sekarang ni dah 150 members dah dalam tu. Kita target 200.
Sampai admin. Kena cakap sampai admin.
The problem is kebanyakan dekat sini memang sudah ada dekat Telegram, tetapi diorang ni tak berkongsi Jom United dengan saudara mara diorang, dengan family member diorang, dengan rakan-rakan diorang. Itu yang masalah dia.
Dengan plus one. Okay, Doc,
Plus one.
Plus one.
Masuk tu dulu semua.
Masuk. Hey guys, share us. Don't be so selfish lah. You guys call Mason selfish. Don't be so selfish. I mean, you guys are having fun on Jom United Telegram group. So do share us out with your friends, your buddies, your girlfriends, your second girlfriend, your spare tire, your family members, and so on. So guys, please don't be shy and just share us away lah. Sharing is caring, guys.
Okay, and with that,
Shout out to Danny.
I
saw that. I heard that.
Danny, we have that for another day.
And with that, we'll end it. And with that, we'll end this segment. And I just want to say that Anthony Martial, stay cool, stay deadly, stay icy veins, Anthony Martial.
Wish him a fast recovery lah.
He's fine lah. He's fine. By the way, I wanted to wear gloves, just now.
Yeah, he was wearing gloves. Oh, yeah,
I wanted to wear gloves just now. Okay.